Ever feel like there's a tiny voice in your head pushing you away from what's right? Like an invisible hand is steering you down the wrong path. This feeling isn't just in your head, folks. It's a battle that's been waged for centuries, a tug of war between good and evil that plays out not on some grand battlefield but right here in the quiet corners of your mind. And who better to illustrate this than the master manipulator himself? I'm talking about none other than Satan. That old serpent, the deceiver, extraordinaire, but he doesn't come at us in horns and fire. No, he's much subtler than that. He whispers through friends, family, even our own insecurities. That's where C.S. Lewis, the brilliant mind behind the Chronicles of Narnia, comes in this lesser-known masterpiece, the Screwtape letters. He gives us front row seat to the internal struggle through the eyes of, well, the devil himself. Screwtape, the master strategist, lays out his playbook for keeping humans from finding their way to the good stuff. And guess what his secret weapon is? Not fire and brimstone, but something much more insidious. Jargon. That's right, folks. Big words, confusing ideas, anything to create a smokescreen and distract us from the simple truth. It's like putting up a thick fog to make us lose sight of the path to something better. So the question is Screwtape right? Can fancy words really lead us astray? And more importantly, how do we armor ourselves against this kind of manipulation? That's what we'll be exploring in this series as we dive deep into the mind of games of a master tempter. So buckle up, friends, because it's gonna be a wild ride. Alright, folks, let's dive into Screwtape's first letter, where he drops a truth bomb that will make you rethink every Instagram and ad you've ever seen. Remember, he's approached his nephew Wormwood on how to keep their patient away from the good stuff, like faith, kindness, and basically anything that makes life meaningful. And his first piece of advice, it's not about arguing right and wrong, it's about hacking our emotion. As Screwtape says, don't make him think materialism is true, make him think it is a strong or stark or courageous things that people care about more. Sinasabi kasi dito na materialism, okay? Don't make them think about materialism is true. Sa Tagalog lang naman pagiging materialistic or pagiging materialism. Alam mo naman yun. Okay? Hook sa mga material na bagay. So, kapag nalaman kasi ng tao ang katotohanan sa pagiging sa materialistic, malalaman nila actually that material things are just temporary. Okay? Temporary lang yan. So, pansamantala lang yan. Kapag nalaman nila yung katotohanan about materialistic. But, okay, ang gusto kasi ni Screwtape is magkaroon sila ng sense of value sa sarili nila. Okay, when it comes to materialism. So, it's not about the truth about materialism na ang material things ay pansamantala lamang, but it's more of like sabihin mo sa kanila na gaining more in this world, like your job is important, okay, more than any other thing, okay, that it makes you kapag malaki ang kita mo, mas mataas ang tingin sa'yo ng tao, okay, kapag nagtatrabaho ka ng talagang sobra-sobra, nagpupuyat ka, nawala ka ng time sa ibang tao, yan yung mga bagay na gustong-gusto ni Screwtape. Okay? Bakit? Kasi mas iniisip mo ngayon, okay, na mas importante sa lahat ng bagay yung trabaho mo, okay, more than any other things. Like, bibili ka ng mga branded na damit, bibili ka ng mga mamahaling bagay kasi it somehow gives value to you. Pero hindi gusto ni Screwtape, okay, isa sa mga alagad ni Satan na isipin mo na pansamantala lang yan. Na lahat ng bagay na yan ay mawawala. Okay, gusto niyang mawala yung focus mo sa ganung bagay, sa materialism, sa truth about materialism, that it is just temporary. Okay? Hold up. Screwtape, what's materialism? It's basically getting obsessed with stuff like those limited edition sneakers that will make you the envy of your friends, or the sports car that screams, I've got it made. And moving forward, now Screwtape knows that arguing about whether materialism is good or bad is snooze fest. So he tells Wormwood to make it look cool, rebellious, even courageous. Like, imagine those influencers posting selfies with their Gucci bags and captions like, living my best life, haters gonna hate. They're not saying, hey, buy this bag, it's practical. They're selling a lifestyle and attitude, right? And that's where we fall for it. We start thinking that stuff defines who we are, not our values or our relationship. It's like that friend who's always working late to climb the corporate ladder, missing out on family dinners and kids' soccer games. They're not thinking about the long-term consequences. They're just chasing that image of success. Sad to say, but it is true. But there's the thing, folks. Materialism is a trap. It promises happiness but leaves us empty. It distracts us from what truly matters and make us forget who we really are. So how do we break free from this illusion? Stay tuned for the next episode where we'll uncover more of Screwtape's trick and learn how to protect ourselves from a lure of shiny objects. Now buckle up for Screwtape's second letter because things just got spicy. Remember, our patient has taken the plunge and embraced fate, much to Wormwood's dismay. This letter is all about Screwtape's masterclass in disappointment. So Wormwood's patient has gone and done it. He's become one of those church-going, hymn-singing types. You can practically hear Screwtape's feathers ruffling from over here, but instead of throwing a tantrum, he gets tactical. As Screwtape says, make him think the church means the death of laughter, youth, vigor, and freedom. Right? So, yeah, kung isipin mo kasi, di ba, parang karamihan kasi, okay, kapag nagpunta ka daw ng church, banal ka na, and so on and so forth, di ka na daw masaya, and so on and so forth, wala ka na daw kalayaan, and so on and so forth. Yung mga sinasabi, pag pupunta sa church is nasusunog daw, and so on and so forth. Ang tanong ko, naranasan ba talaga nilang masunog? I mean, kapag nagpunta ka sa church, oo, masusunog ka, pero masusunog ka sa pagmamahal ng Diyos. Matutunaw ka, oo, matutunaw ka sa pagmamahal ng Diyos. So, huwag ka makinig sa iba, okay? Huwag ka makinig kay Screwtape, okay? So, better yet, experience it yourself. That is the challenge. But going back, now this quote might sound like something your grumpy grandpa would say about the internet, but there's a clever trick behind it. Screwtape knows humans hate feeling like they're missing out, right? So he tells Wormwood to paint the church as joyless prison, full of boring rules and stuffy old people, like those dusty hymnals and scratchy choir singing. Easy fodder for making faith seem lame. But the truth, folks, is far from it. Faith can be a source of immense joy, community, and purpose. It's not about giving up everything you love. It's about finding deeper meaning in it all. Remember that friend who climbed the corporate ladder? Turns out all the money and fancy titles didn't fill the void in his life. But when he found his path in volunteering and spending time with family, that's when he truly started smiling again. So the next time someone tries to sell you on the boring church narrative, remember, it's a trap. Don't let anyone take away your joy or make you feel like faith is the enemy of fun. Instead, explore it with an open mind and see what it can bring to your life. And this is a challenge, as mentioned earlier. Maybe you should try, okay, you should try going to church instead of listening and going to just normal our routine every Sunday. Or maybe there's a lot of available online church that you can attend to. Okay, feel free to attend online church or maybe the physical church as a challenge, just for a change. Okay?